his flow state is absolutely incomparable to anyone else.
Yeah,
Absolutely, enjoyable to watch him play. It doesn't matter what role, rifle, opping,
Yeah.
pistol, and he's very. He I know that he's a very vocal player. That he's like, oh, I'll flash you in. Oh, let's go together like this, X, Y, Z, and so
yeah.
yeah, that's what I really admire about him is his versatility.
Funny thing about flow state. I mean, funny thing. I wasn't here when you had that lesson, but I just recently watched it, like the full YouTube video that you posted. And when I watched the final, I was thinking exactly when he had this flow state, I was like, yeah, he's in the flow state. That what you guys were talking about. So
Nah, he just watched Danny video. That's it.
Yeah, guys,
That's it.
exactly.
did you know that Nico actually stole my crosshair? Have you seen his crosshair?
Yup.
Yeah, he stole it from
No.
me. He saw it and he was like, "Damn, Daniel's frag movies. He's clean with it." So I'm gonna take his crosshair. Then Nipple, he stole my banana lineups, and Cadian stole my Vertigo strats.
Yup.
Right. So guys, are you guys ready to learn?
Of course.
Of course. Okay, then we are gonna start. So guys, oops, I didn't start the presentation, and today is gonna be a little bit more CS based, like very CS based. I'll be like going in between the game and the presentation. They'll be showing you examples like real time. All right, guys. So welcome to the Gosu Academy lesson. I'm Danny, a coach of Counter Strike 2, and today I will tell you how to actually play Counter Strike 2 because sometimes you can get lost in the hairs of details, or you might get it over your head, or just it might look and feel complex for you, when in fact it is one of the easiest esports to fundamentally learn. And my opening quote for this presentation is the philosophy that you should be having when learning something, just anything in your life that I apply myself, but how do you learn in Counter Strike? And it doesn't need to be complex. It's the best thing is that it needs to be simple. And there's a quote by Terry Davis, and it states this: an idiot admires complexity, while a genius appreciates simplicity. And this guy's a computer science programmer, and he has a lot of famous concepts that he developed. And this is what I stick to when I'm doing my lessons: is keeping the lesson as simple as possible and as much like genderless potato. I hear you. I hear your background noise. Can you like mute, please? Thank you.
I'm
And
used to them, bro.
and tak. And yeah, my lessons are more based on teaching the most primitive concepts that you can apply in your game directly right away today after this lesson. So let's start with something else. Let's move to the next quote. So I first want to tell you about the idea of mastery, that you need to be consistent with all your moves. You When you play the game, you of course play it in different positions, and you're playing the game, you're having fun, you're enjoying it, you're learning during the process of the match. But isn't it more important to actually understand the the move that you need to make and practice it like 10 times before coming into a game? For example, if you practice your palace peaks, how many times do you think you're gonna kill the stairs guy? You're gonna kill him a lot more rather than if you played in an actual game, because you know that your crosshair should be on him, and you practice that move 100 times. And there's a wonderful quote by Bruce Lee: I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who had practiced one kick 10,000 times. And the meaning of this quote is that it doesn't you shouldn't strive for variety. You should strive for mastery of one single movement and then base your gameplay of that. So imagine if you are a palace lurker and you kill the guy on stairs. And then you're like, okay, I killed the guy on stairs. Next thing is probably gonna pick jungle. You kill the guy in jungle. And then the city guy is like, oh, my team is just dying. And then you get a 1v1 on him. Boom, you got 3 kills by yourself. And it's all because you practice that move 10,000 times. And what I was trying to get into here is you need to understand your role, your rotations, your utility, um, and understand how to react so you can provide the most impact during a situation. And the first thing that I want to start off, and I know that this seems very basic, but since we're talking about mastery, the fundamentals are something that you should master. It is something that you cannot go without ever in your life. For example, the spray, you apply it every day, but how many times do you miss it actually? How many kills do you think you would get if you never missed your spray? You'll get it a lot more times. And my, my philosophy, my idea is that you should be studying 3 fundamentals that you have impact, like that you have control over. It is shooting, it is moving, and it is positioning. And how can you improve all this by yourself without actually playing the game? So the first thing, I'll shut this down and start streaming CS. So the most common tool are these workshop maps. And you might be saying, Danny, come on, man, are you actually telling us to go on aimbots and shoot bots? Not really, because of course you can log in and you can be like, but that does not provide any value to your gameplay because it's so general and it does not you don't really practice anything when you're doing it. So let's say shooting, right? You're learning how to shoot in Counter-Strike, how to spray, and a couple of lessons ago many people were surprised that instead of pulling down right, you need to pull down and left. So that's the first thing that you should nail down, is just on the wall. I don't think it has impacts enabled, so you just need to understand the spray pattern by itself. Up, right, left. And so you need to do exactly the opposite. Down, left, and then right. Very simple. Then you need to start actually applying it. You try to not go for body shots, or try not to go for headshots, but rather try to go for body shots and try to spray transfer. And this way you're actually learning how to spray transfer, which is a very important skill in Counter-Strike that is shown when you have good positioning. So right now you want to learn how to spray. Okay, you do 100 bots like this. Before any game, you just hop onto aimbots and you start spraying away. And you make sure that you are, hitting your shots, you're feeling it, right? You're not trying to go like, because it's not how you shoot in CS. It's like, okay, I'm coming out, this guy peeks and I'm like, okay, slow movements with your hand. Because these are the movements that you'll actually be applying in the real game. Spraying. That's basically shooting. You learned how to spray, okay. Going for headshots, that's crosshair positioning, and that's map knowledge, and that I'll get into later. So, the next point is movement, because a lot of people struggle with movement because they press W and D, W and A, and this is the core mistake before engaging in any fight in Counter-Strike. You don't want to have a dirty strafe when you're coming out of a person. And there's actually a video on the Gosu YouTube channel that you can watch about movement, and I go in a very simple manner about movement. But its idea is that you're supposed to be using only 2 keys when you're taking a fight. It is D and it is A. Right? It is D and it is A. And how do you actually practice this, maneuver of movement? How do you, how do you actually make it practical is first there's dead zone exercises, which requires you to only use two keys during your warm up or just during movement practice. And this is it. You try to straight. You don't move your mouse at all. You just need to click mouse one while you're strafing into your enemy. And so you basically don't want to move your mouse a whole lot because you want to strafe into the enemy. And for example, you can be tracking, and then you could be stopping. Yeah, see? You could be tracking and then you could be stopping, and you'll understand the timing of when to hit your keys correctly on your keyboard. And this is more used for pre-fires. When you're doing dead zone, let's say a guy is holding you from jungle and you're crossing from Mirage, like from ramp to a site. And so imagine if you like just crouched into him and you just one tapped him, just like this. Your crosshair is perfectly on his head, and you basically don't need to do any adjustments with your move with your mouse. You just need to crouch properly into him and you need to tap him. And it works in many situations. And if you actually think about it in game, how many times was a person just standing still and then you were just tracking him for some reason and then you missed your strafe, for example, like this, or and then you just had a dirty strafe. It happens very regularly because you start adjusting, you start hitting another key, and you panic. First move, then click. First move, then click. First, you stop, and then you react to your opponent. Okay? This is the idea that you should be having in your mind before any engagement. So these are the dead zone exercises. And I actually have a really good example that I can show you from one of my latest games of movement, of how like this actually translates. So you practice your dead zones, you practice your tracking, and this is how you like train your movement. This is how you get to feel the timing of when you actually stop and you get to click the enemy's head as fast as possible, right? So that's the concept behind like focused practice for movement. And the last one was positioning. And for positioning, we need to get into a map. And so one thing that I would like everyone to understand is that you don't have to switch your position. Like, you don't need to create a new position, you know? It's Counter-Strike is a game of mastery, and the more you understand how to play the position, the better you are at it. So for example, one of the most popular, places is like ticket. For example, in pistol rounds, you can play it in multiple ways. You can sit like this, and you're gonna have a head glitch. And look, the next thing is crosshair positioning, right? So you're playing a position, you master it, right? And whenever there's an exec or like people are running out ramp, you must have your crosshair always ready to just mouse one, mouse one, mouse one. And so when the first guy runs out, you just one tap him. That's an instant kill, and there's not much to discuss. You must be always having your crosshair ready for any engagement, absolutely any engagement, not even in the beginning of the round. By the end, okay, the guy's there, okay, I'm scaling to him, and you just kill him. So don't be scared to play the same positions in different games, because it is a part of learning. It's a part of mastery. It's a part of you learning how to put your crosshair correctly and actually killing the guy consistently. Because that's what every Counter-Strike player strives for, right? It is consistency. You want to get the same kills, you want to get the same impact as always, you want to be valuable for your team.
Maybe relevant question. I've noticed that I always shoot second. Like, doesn't matter if I'm holding or if I'm peeking. I just consistently have like a really slow time to damage, even though I have like average reaction time, or like average to slightly above average.
So you're
what could be that? Like, what could be the cause?
So you're saying that your time to damage is very slow.
Yeah. I always shoot second basically when I'm fighting someone.
Okay. So it can depend on how you engage the opponent, like whether you're strafing into him, whether you even expected him at all in that position. For example, here you're gonna have like a 1v1 right away. This guy's gonna stop and he's gonna start shooting at you. Unless he's like smart and he starts like jumping out. So honestly, my main advice, just click the head. You just have to shoot them, you know? It's very simple. If you have like you're always late to damage, first of all, make sure that your reaction time is on point. And you can actually go to like Google and you can type up reaction time test. And before a game, you're like, okay, I'm sitting in full focus. Click, 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 and that way you will.
Isn't reaction time like genetic though?
No, it is something that you can improve. Of course, some people have it, you know, quicker, but it is talent. It's something that they were gifted with. But what if you actually work on it? Like you can put in the hard work, and you can, you know, get your reaction time to like 172 milliseconds. If you like completely zone in, and you just need to click mouse one. See, it's just simplicity. You put your crosshair, and that's it. You just need to click mouse one. So there's nothing too complicated about that besides shooting at them and reacting at the right time. So if you know that the enemy is there, you already have the advantage. Because they need to clear like a million positions. And for most of the time, they'll clear it incorrectly. For example, how would a level 10 clear ramp? Okay, first stairs, then under stairs, then like bench maybe for some off angle. Then they're gonna jump up on this a little bit. Then they're gonna pick triple, jiggle this. Okay, CT, take it clear. Under bulk. Okay, close ramp, default, firebox, and so on. That's how you do it like absolutely correctly. And in your ranks, guys, I think our maximum level here is like level 9 or level 8. For most of the time, they're gonna be not careful about how they peek. And so if you just put your crosshair correctly and you just click mouse 1, there's simply no way that you're losing the fight unless you mess up your spray. So this is why you learn the fundamentals so that you don't miss your spray, so that your crosshair positioning is on point, and that's it. Did I explain it well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. Then, now back to the presentation. Okay. And then you need to actually apply the fundamentals. It is very important. And again, I'll be preaching this until the end of my days. Since this exists, you need to do refrag. Refrag is an ultimate trading tool in Counter-Strike 2 that allows you to practice multiple different situations. And, well, I can give you trial codes. I actually have trial codes for everyone. So for everyone in this call, they're gonna get a trial code after the lesson so that they can try it out for themselves and practice. So you can get a taste of it and you can decide whether to buy it or not. And also, there's a code Danny15. So in case you want to buy it, you can use my code and you're gonna have a 15% discount. And
Nice.
and it doesn't cost a lot. I think it costs like $5 or $7. So it is,
Yes, I use refrag.
and it is definitely a tool that will elevate your skill to the next level. Because first of all, it gives you positions. You are set in a position and you need to master from it. And then you can do boot camps, which allow you to learn grenades. They can teach you different situations. And let me actually show you this. One sec. Uno momento, guys. There we go. And so I know that I tell this every time whenever I'm teaching a lesson, but you don't understand how great this service is. So there are boot camps, and you can go on absolutely any map in the map pool, and you can complete the training on those maps. So let's say your weakest map is Inferno, and and there are 3 different settings: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And you can complete all of them, and it contains like aiming, peeking, holding, and utility for beginner. Then for intermediate, it contains a lot more different game modes and it is more intensive. And advanced. And this is basically you becoming a god on the map. And the best thing about it is that it doesn't only teach you, but it also tests your knowledge. So let's say I completed an entire ancient bootcamp and I can take an exam for it and I can fail it or I can, pass it. And that makes me a certified ancient expert. So I really suggest everyone to purchase Refrag and actually use it before every game. For like 30 minutes, you hop on, you complete some boot camps, you complete routines, for example, and you can see that there are pro players that advertise it heavily and that are creating their own routines. So if you want to be like Twists, if you want to be like Elige, you can always launch the modes that they're using and improve like they are or warm up like they are. So that's Refrag. Deathmatch, it is, you just run around and you shoot people. It's very simple. Uh, just run around and shoot people. Make sure that you're playing in a positive KD. Make sure that you are peeking out correctly, that you're reacting, and it teaches you more of free combat. It's like MMA fight. There, there's not really a lot of rules, but the concept is the same: to kill the other guy. And the guy could be white swinging you, he could be picking you. And so this is what exactly it teaches you: is to react to any combat situation there is. I didn't switch the presentation back to the presentation. And so basically DM, you just run around and kill people, but you need to actually be good at it. You actually need to take positions that you'll be actually using in a real game. So it's not like you're just running around brainlessly playing Call of Duty. And Call of Duty is really difficult. But it is something that you actually try to practice in. So you're practicing your like B entry. You're like, okay, I'm clearing car. I killed the guy in car. Okay, I'm looking window. I killed the guy in window. Oh, for some reason there's a guy behind me in apps, and I killed the guy behind me in apps. So this is what exactly it teaches: like reaction and the swiftness of your combat. And finally, retake. Retake servers are very, very useful because they really teach you how to put your crosshair in the right places, and it will make you pay attention to your radar more. So during a retake, you're supposed to have some sort of information. And usually people during retakes, they might speak, they might not speak. So it will really improve your retakes because it is a very core part of Counter-Strike. If you don't play retakes like once a week, your retakes are going to be a lot weaker than the person who plays them, for example, like twice or three times a week or before any gaming session that they have. So hop on retakes sometimes, hop on deathmatch sometimes, but refrag definitely a must-have tool if you want to go pro in CS or if you want to get Faceit level 10 or just overall be a really good player. Any like questions about this? Maybe you want to propose something like surfing or something like this. Okay, I assume that's a no.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Is there anything? Is there anything that you would add to this list?
Maybe KZ.
KZ.
Yeah.
KZ. You know what KZ is used for?
Yes, movement.
Movement, yeah, but it lets you feel out your keys correctly, like DA. What do you use? What two keys do you use before every fight?
AD.
Exactly. What are the other two keys you use before the fight?
W.
No.
WS.
No. DA. DA and
DA.
AD. Two combinations of keys that you need to remember before every
Yeah,
single
for sure.
fight. Nothing else you need. Okay. So that's that. So the movement practice modes are designed so that you feel your keys, like your strays correctly, so that it's easier for you to AD and DA. Make sense? Makes sense. Okay, so that's on applying fundamentals. Then, this is a very difficult thing, and it comes over time, but I'll give you the concepts right now so that you can pay attention to it, okay? Mental gameplay. What do I mean by that? Um, of course, there are moving puzzles of the game that you need to know about. For example, the economy. Because let's say, you know, you missed out on an economy and you played close to ramp for some reason and you died like a bot. So, one sec, we got a message. List what we need. List what need to win a fight. AD and exactly, man. It's as simple as that. And you make sure that you do it cleanly. Your first bullet accuracy is the most important thing. If your strafes are cleaner than the other person, there's no way that you lose the fight, you know? There's no way. Back to mental gameplay. Tracking the economy. You make sure that you understand when the enemy team is buying, when they have low money and you can abuse it. For example, if they have weak guns, let's say they're like they have Galils or Mech-10s, what would be like the most optimal? Okay, let's say they have Mech-10s. What is the most optimal thing for them to do?
A
Rush.
rush.
Rush, yes. Tech-9s, Deagles,
Rush.
Go
rush.
together and rush.
Go together and rush. Yeah. When economy is bad, it means that they're gonna group up somewhere and they're gonna go out together. It's not something that happens all the time, and for most of the time, people just swing top middle with a deagle, and then they just hop on TikTok, and that's where they lose because you're paying attention to the game. Um. So yeah, and when you understand that they have a full buy, it means that they can exec a site. It means that you can save your utility, and it means a lot of other things. For example, guys, what would be the difference, of how you play the round depending on the economy? Let's pick out somebody to ask. Okay, Silent X BX Silent Bunny. What is the difference? What would the difference be?
Between what?
So let's say an enemy full buys or an enemy has pistols. What would the difference be in the round? How would you take a fight?
If you're playing with the pistols or
Against pistols with like your team. Okay, let's make a. You're playing Dust 2. The enemy team has pistols. You're playing long. How do you want to play?
I feel like I would rush them because they only have pistols.
Wrong. Pistols have
Long range fight. Long range fight.
exactly. You can just sit on side behind the barrels, and you don't have to move. You can crouch on your ass, and you can like you go like this, and nothing. You don't need to do anything else. Oh, wait, Silent X Bunny. You mean on T side or CT side?
If you're playing like T side
T side, yeah.
and you have actual guns, then you're gonna rush if they're using pistols.
In theory, honestly, I can see where you're coming from. For example, you got guns, the enemy team has pistols. You just make sure that you don't run into a stack, and that's it. So going 5 people to B is a very good idea because you're all doing it together. They don't have any utility to cancel you out, and they have pistols, which makes them a lot of an easier target to kill because they got aim punch. They cannot deal as much damage. They have to be really accurate. So yeah, mainly you just want to play together during economy rounds, during force rounds, and understand what weapons they have. Like if they have Mech 10s, you can like sit far away and take the furthest angle possible because their weapon is simply just not as accurate as yours. Your M4 beats the Mech 10 in a long range fight 10 out of 10 times. So understand your advantages based on the economy. The second point is understanding the enemy's position at all times based on information. The information can come from 2 sources. First, radar. Second, is your teammates' microphones or text chat. And the third one is, they have a troll in their team and he's leaking all the information. So just abuse that. So yeah, always try to have like a mental track of like, okay, I'm playing long. I don't see anyone. Where could they be? They could be middle. And you tell it to your team, okay, they could be coming up cat. Or they could be just in tunnels. And so your team is already ready for it. In case you don't see anyone, okay. And then let's say they start pushing middle and you're playing along. What can you do? Aridon, you got the question this time.
So if I play long, this has happened a lot of times. Usually I watch my radar, but I don't really tell them, okay, go hold. I just say, okay, let's say if they come from mid to short, then I try to either trade with a team or go with him, like hold together or something like this.
Hold together.
And just basically never do something solo.
Yeah.
Unless like if they have shit weapons and shit like this.
Yes. If you can play with your teammate, you should always do it. Even flashing for him, mollying out an angle, holding another thing for him, because it is a tactical shooter and it requires team play. So be together with your teammate and help him out. But let's say you're playing long, right? And they're coming out of mid doors and you're like, okay, this seems weird. Nobody long, there's nobody short. So what's happening? They could be going mid to B or like tunnels to B, like they're in that part of the map, right? Correct. So you can push and get a flank on them. Because you know that nobody's holding you. Because you know that they're playing this kind of round. They're going mid to B, or they're just going up, or just like they're in tunnels waiting. So if you have a mental track of players in the match, then you can do a lot more moves, like because you know their position already. And I'll actually show you a really good example that everyone can apply in their next Mirage game in case you play a site. So let's say the enemy team, they're like, okay, oops. Let's say the enemy team, they are doing like a really default middle round. Okay, we're taking middle, we'll molly con, we're flashing out, and they're taking middle. How many players will be here during this type of round in most scenarios?
3.
3 people. What does it mean?
1 lurk in A and 1 lurk in B.
Yes, you can take a 1v1 at this timing. And let's say you're an A anchor and you're like, okay, they're taking middle. What can you do? You're like, okay, this is what I do all the time and it works. All the time. You take a closer position to ramp. Okay, the smoke should be a little bit better. So you smoke off ramp. And what does this mean? He can't push the smoke, but he's taking a huge risk. And so you smoke ramp and you play close to it. Right? You're just waiting for the timing when they can go up connector. And so he can push either ramp or he could be palace. And so you just need to control these 2 areas and you can take the 1v1. And in case he takes the fights really early, he makes a mistake because he played too early. So you got a 1v1 this guy. You either kill ramp or you kill palace. And that's it. If he is not here, okay, you're crouching a little bit back. And you're like, okay, sandwich. Boom. That's it. Headshot. Or if you're suspecting, okay, the smoke faded, you can be playing close to it. Okay, he's not here, he's not there. Okay, I'll just hold like this. Alright, he's probably not here. So he's either palace. Okay, they're coming up connector, and you're like, okay, probably nobody A or palace because he should have been playing by now, right? And this is what I mean by mental tracking. You're supposed to be understanding when the team play is starting to happen on the enemy team so that you do not get flanked. These guys are scaling connector, But this guy should already be like looking CT and somehow helping these guys. Or in case he's ramp, he should be clearing close angles and just getting like an angle on CT. So you're like, okay, you're challenging this guy, and you still have like okay, as an anchor, you probably don't have flashes because you waste them down middle. You don't have a molly, you don't have a smoke. So you cannot really stall the fight, but you can break the fight to them. So you kill the guy on ramp, okay. You buy time. These guys on A, they cannot plant. They have to swing you. And during this time, your teammates are rotating towards you. And this guy, like your teammate, let's say he's a B anchor or like a window player, he comes CT. And look what do you guys have? You have a crossfire. One guy is on Tetris and one guy is on CT. And so that means that if they look at the CT guy, they die to the Tetris guy. If they look at Tetris, they die to CT. It's a win-win situation for your team. Get it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Or you can be even sneakier and you can be like, okay, okay, pass clear. You take a very cheesy position and you're like, okay, I can just have my back turned because nobody is going to flank me. Okay, they're scaling connector. Okay, you give info on jungle. Alright. You killed the bomb. Okay, I'm just chilling. Waiting. Your teammates are starting to come in and help. And that's it. You win the round. And this is what I mean by like understanding the enemy's position and how to play around it. You guys get it? And did I explain it well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, you have to fuck up their plans, like in the middle of the round, and react to everything.
Yes. You set
Steps ahead.
you set your own tempo on them. But it's not like I can swing top middle and just kill them. No, you understand your role. You understand your position. You understand your point, your existence. I'm an A anchor. I'm defending A side. How do I make it very difficult for them? Okay. I can get Tetris. I can just play in CT. I can hide right here and hold for the guy coming out. There's so many things that you can do. And it's important to just, vary it a little bit and understand. But for most of the time, you'll be doing exactly the same thing over and over and over again. And this is mastery, because when you did it 1,000 times, it will just be like an autopilot. And this autopilot is actually really good because it consists of good habits. So that kind of autopilot is good. Okay, and yeah, and we already got into the point when to rotate and what positions to take. My main tip for this, understand that you're not glued to one position. You can move around the map because you also have your vision of the game and you have your own intuition. So if you feel like one sec. If you feel like you need to do something different because like I'm not effective on A, you can call something out, and it could be the following. I'll switch to I'm streaming CS, right?
Not really.
No, no.
Okay. Okay, I switched to CS. You see the game?
Nope.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So it's like they're not coming out on A. How else do I have value? And like you spawned close to, you have like a further spawn, and you're like, oh shit, we can push middle. And you have like a teammate right here and right here, and you're like, yo guys, let's push middle. Three of you, you're like, your teammate from A flashes. You throw a flash like this, and then you fight these guys. You're bringing the fight to them. You're making them adapt to your tempo because they don't expect it. They're like, flash, flash, and then 3 people are here, and they're like, what the fuck? And what can the lurkers do if there's nobody? Like the 3 main players did not get the main area, and so let's say they killed, like the enemy team killed 2 people, 2 of your teammates. It means that there's a 3v2 and then you just don't have to give the 1v1s. And you don't know where the bomb is, and presumably it's gonna be here or here. Right? So, you know, you set your pace on them in the correct manner. If you feel like you're not bringing the value to the team. And you can do like cool things like, okay, you saved an M4, and you're like, okay, what is the most effective thing to do? You can go in window, but then they're like, fuck, right? Window smoke. So you tell your teammate, buy a smoke. He smokes underpass, both of you drop bottom mid, and you can boost right here. Like you go into this corner, and you're able to see them crossing, and look how difficult of a shot that is. And would they be even looking there? 1, 2, and they're like looking somewhere right here, and they're already so exposed. So you're like, ding, 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 ding. And that's it. A very simple kill. You don't have to overcomplicate it. Very simple strategy. So apply your advantage when you can. If you're not being useful as a player, then make yourself useful by calling out the strat or like an idea that you want to, do. If it didn't work out, it didn't work out. What better idea is there? None, because your teammates are not proposing anything. So your idea is the best in the current situation. The call didn't work out. You watch back and you're like, okay, why didn't it work out? Okay, I got one tapped. Okay, you try it again. You didn't get one tapped. You try it again. You missed your shots. And every time there's going to be a reason why you succeeded and why you failed. And it is important to understand why that happens. So, yeah, that's that for map knowledge and positioning and or like just like mental gameplay. Then map knowledge and understanding. If you want to like actually win, you need to play high impact positions. For me, the most high impact positions is like support positions because you can set your pace on them. And one of the best maps where this is shown is Vertigo, because A ramp is the most common place where the T's are gonna go. And if you just know the utility, and it is very simple, if you just know the utility for ramp, it means that you can deny like 60 or 70% of the enemy playbook just with this utility. You take a smoke and you're like, okay, I smoked ramp for you. Your teammates is swinging side hole, you flash side hole, you flash ramp, and then you can like throw a molly like this in case they're rushing. And so they cannot get up sandbags. They have to swing from the further wall. They're blind, and your teammate is already fighting them. And the enemy team, they cannot shoot back at you.
Danny, are you supposed to be showing your CS? Because we still see your.
Whoops, that was so loud. But yep, I agree. My bad. So this like very simple utility set that can deny the enemy play. You smoked ramp, you flash ramp, you flash side hole, both of your teammates swing, the T's are coming out blind, they kill 3 players. What can they do now? What can the enemy team do? Nothing. Unless you throw the round, there's nothing that they can do. Or like, let's say, they're playing slow, and you're like, okay, you threw the A utility, a teammate drops you like a flash, and you're like, okay, bro, I'll flash you in middle. And this guy just walks down, and you're like, okay, flash in mid. Bang. That was a bad flash. But the flash that works the most for me is this one. You just go up to this wall, flash, and this guy re-clears it. And these guys there will be like, let's boost, man, let's boost. And they're just like, Your teammate swings and kills like 3 of them. Or even, like, I don't know, like this molly, or actually this was a little bit bad, but overall, denying most common plays with your utility, even this grenade is gonna bring you so much value, and you guys probably already know. I missed it. This one. What? No, not this one. This one? I'm sorry, guys. Ah, no, I'm right. So, you throw this nade, it already deals Why does this, like, throw so inconsistently? Okay, there we go. So, denying common plays with utility, one thing. Then, map like Dust 2. It is a very long-ranged map, and what is very strong on long range?
Op.
Yes! And so, if you become really good with an op on Dust 2, it means that, let's say, you're playing in Suicide, and you get a pick here every single round. 1, 2, 3, and that happens every single round. You are starting in a position of 5v4. Your teammate is already like running tunnels, and you say like, he sees the wallbang and he's like, I'm just gonna go B. Because there's simply no one, or the guy's indoors, or like further back. He takes B, the bomb comes over, he smokes this, he throws utility, he makes sure that it's safe, and that's it. You won the round already. Just because you understand the strength of this map. Then, what other examples can we do? Inferno. Inferno is a really difficult map. Oops. In the sense, because the weakness of this map is that you need to rotate for a long time as a CT. And so, what can you do in order to prevent that from happening? In case like your teammate dies on B or your teammate dies on A, what can you do? How can you provide instant impact to your team? You can get an entry. And so you're like, okay, full buy, I got a molly. You run. You molly this. Okay, no one Mexico. And you push up. And these guys, do you think that they will like actually come out like this at you? No, because it never happened to them. It never happened to them this game, and they're gonna be less aware about it. So if you can get a pick using this, and you're gonna put your position in a 5v4 or in a 5v3 instantly, what can the T's do? They're gonna play a game of lurks, and then the people just don't need to lose their 1v1s. And so if you understand the advantages that you can instantly give to your team on every single map, it means that you're winning the game for them already. And that's when they need to understand, okay, this guy's playing really well, let's just go to the opposite side. And they start winning there. So, because you're not glued to that position, you're like, okay guys, you guys start 2 on A, I'll help take B. Alright, let's take B. You flash car. These guys are running. There's a molly right here. There's a nade flying in. And there are 2 people on banana. What can they do? They cannot do anything again. And that's how, like, the score becomes 10-2 favoring you. Because you kept disturbing them on middle. And now they cannot go banana. So, and they're like, well, what are we supposed to do? Like, there's nothing that we can do. So yeah, I showed like a main example on common maps. What maps do you want me to show? Like, for example, how to get advantage on Ancient, how to get advantage on Anubis. What map are you most curious about?
Ancient.
Oh my god.
Ancient too.
Oh my god. I'll cook something up for you boys. T side,
Yes,
CT
yes.
side.
T side.
Oh fuck! I launched Vertigo.
I would like both actually.
Yeah, CT
Eh,
side.
Ancient and okay. Like, do you see? No, you don't. Now you see me. Now you don't. Okay, we're gonna go into practice. Ancient. Okay, so on Ancient, the most important... What is the most important area of the map on Ancient?
Lane and mid.
Yes, yes, you get a bonus point for that, man. So, but you first of all have to win the pistol round, right? And what do?
3B2 donut.
You buy these bad boys, and you can buy 2 of them. You drop to your teammate, he plays in donut, you buy this, and then you buy a flash. You run B, you stand right here. Like, seriously, try it next game. You stand right here, they're running, you right click a flash. You can kill like 2 or 3 easily. And then all your teammate is rotating because you called their B, their B, their B. They're fighting, short, long, and you're here. And then the best thing is, you can hide like this and they won't see you. And they have to push all the way to like right here in order to kill you. And guess what the guy who's long is doing? He's like, oh, very simple kills. And then he's like holding K for you, but he doesn't really have to do that because the teammate on short is already rotated. And he can just play like this, like little off angle, just stand a bit further deeper, just fall back right here, so that he doesn't allow anyone to cross. You play like this, another guy plays like that, and then like the guy on short, he's just supporting. Wherever he gets picked, he's gonna wherever your teammate gets picked, he watches that, okay? Your teammate like that long, he watches cave push, or he holds the cross. So that's the first thing. Dual Berettas on pistol round. Then on CT side, you want to take lane, yeah? And so what are some things that you can do, like overall as a cave player and as a B player? You need to first of all throw this molly. I messed it up. That's the deep ramp molly. Denies anyone pushing ramp. The cave player throws a molly like this. Just like right here. No way. Am I missing the molly? No, I'm not. This gets mollied, and you hear them. This guy hears them push, and he doesn't even have to like do anything. You know, he just comes out. He can hold down the 20 bullets, and he's gonna get 2 kills. He doesn't even need to know whether someone's gonna be there or not. Just he gets so much damage in. And the mid players, they're like, okay, mid smokes, yada yada, or 2 mollies, doesn't matter. And you try to jump up and take this area. And then the ramp player, this is the most simple B-door smoke. You smoke this, and you're like, okay. And you start scaling, the cave player is starting to fight. But you don't want to do this you don't want to push every time. You just want to pressure it so that they're either behind doors or the cave player tries to kill them. And so if the cave player is aggressive, it means that you should be pinching with him. And you'll just see it by radar. You'll see like by the, like, you know, you see this, like the arrow, the dot. You will see whether they're pushing or not. So you just have to pay attention to that. Just give it a glimpse. 2 seconds of looking at this will give you a picture of the round completely. You push down, okay, nobody here, okay, this is smoked off, and you're like, okay. So, and you're out. You got 2 kills or 1 kill. So, I can show the utility again. This is the ramp molly. Instant. This is the door smoke. You can flash over cave like this. And for lane molly, you just want to look just like around this area. And it hits consistently. That's that. And then you also need to understand when you need to start clearing this out with your teammate. Because if you have a disadvantage, you need to clear this out so that you have a better picture of the round. Okay, you push together. Okay, nobody here. Or you kill 1. And you're like, okay, they're going A. And your A player is already ready to be like, okay, they're coming A. I'm like they can be sitting right here or like right here. They're like okay, they're on A. Kills one A main. Okay, their majority coming out of donut. He has a smoke. He can pop it sideways. He can pop it right here. He can flash out. Like there's so many things that he can do to survive. And he's like, okay, I'm a pain in the ass. That's it. They can start spamming. They can start pushing the smoke. You kill this guy. Okay. You hear the bomb plant. Okay. Go back a little. And so, you see what I mean. Just giving information to your team and doing and retaking the lane area at the right time can win you the game single-handedly. But what about countering that? Do you want to be really smart? Of course you want to be really smart. So, I'll reveal you the Chamber of Secrets. First, everyone needs to know this. Red smoke. Every round, throw it, throw it, throw it. But what about the B utility? A very good smoke. You stand like right here, next to, in between these two bricks. You look at this brick, W and jump throw. It is a lurk B smoke.
Hell yeah.
Okay, they smoke this, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, this smoke just landed," and like you can throw a flash early, and like look, they can play only from one spot, and you're like, "Okay, I'm controlling it," and this denies ramp push, or if you're like, okay, they're fighting jump up, they're doing all this stuff. A very consistent lineup for mulling boxes. Do this every round, by the way. Every single round. Every single round. You look just at the middle of this stick, and you throw the molly. Burns below, burns the edge right here, burns absolutely everything. So wide that it's impossible to play. Or if you want to be Mr. Cheesy Master 77, you're like taking B ramp. You look at this crack right here in the middle of it. Look what it does. Oh, burns inside cave? For real? And then you're like, yo, teammate. It bangs behind him, and he's like...
Sorry, Danny, could you show the molly again for cave?
This corner, and right here. It's like you see like this line. The smaller one, just in the middle. It's very okay, not upper, not lower, just in the middle. It's a very simple lineup. No running, no nothing. Just stand still, throw it, and you'll hear the guy pushing, and then your teammate, like, he gets a flash behind him. This molly is burning, and that's it. The CTs cannot do anything against this, and so you take cave control, and you have the entire lane area. And then, if they make a mistake, they die. And that's it. But, also, a very sneaky tip. You can play right here. And they won't be able to see you. And you see their shadow. This is a really good corner. With Zeus's, with pistols, with anything. It's a really good corner. Okay, what other things? And that's pretty much it, yeah. And for pistol, you need to always have a pistol strategy, guys, okay? Just, you call it out every single game. And the one that works the best, you stick with it up until you get to level fucking 20 on face. It doesn't matter. So my pistol strat is... I smoke red, and I'm going alone. I tell it to my team, 4 people go outside B. And you're like... And I'm like, okay, 1 flash, and I'm just running with a Glock. Okay, nobody here, nobody here. Spam the window. I'm flashing a sight. And this applies already so much pressure. There's no information on middle, there's no information on A, and there's just a single flash that went off. And so what will it force the CTs to do? To rotate towards A. And your teammates, they're like... They have long control on B already. And the entire team is going to be on A. Try this next game. Works in every single game of mine on Face It. Really recommend. You plant here, that's it. You won the round. So yeah, those are my main tips on Ancient. If you want to, relook at the lineups, the video is going to be posted on my YouTube channel or on Game Mode. I don't remember how the game is called or the website is called, but we have a presentation to get back to. Yeah, and we already covered the callouts, the micromanaging, and simple strats for teammates. Oh, I can flash you in. Oh, let's go together. Oh, 3, 2, 1, we swing, and such little things. Any questions about this? Maybe you want me to explain like one more map or something? Damn. You guys are getting wiser and wiser with every single presentation of mine. Okay. And
We are learning.
And the most important thing is finding the right timing to apply your knowledge, because you cannot be doing the same thing all the time. Like it's not gonna work out this way. So when you see like an issue that keeps repeating over and over again, like for example the A lurk on ramp, you're like, fuck man. Okay, you smoke ramp, you play close, he tries to go out the smoke, you kill him. He tries to go out of palace, you kill him. And you find solutions to your own problems. When you're good, when you're like killing, when you're doing your stuff, and when your teammates are not fulfilling their part, you're like, okay, man, let's do this. You propose the idea, they have no other choice but to listen, because they have no, for most of the time they don't even think, they're like autopiloting. So, yo, bro, let's push middle. You push down middle, you kill 2 or 3 guys. That's it. Round is over for the enemy team. That's it. Honestly, that's the entire presentation on how to actually play CS. And was it hard to listen to this? Was anything so complex that you're like, dude, what the fuck did he just say? What did he explain? I don't get it.
No.
No. Nothing. Nothing so hard. It's just a game of repetition. It's a game of reading. It's a game that you just need to, be in tune with. Be in the flow state, and that's it. And so last time you learned about flow state. This time you learned about how to actually play CS. So it's like you're not supposed to be getting mad at the game. You're supposed to be when you get mad, there's a problem. And you're like, okay, I know the solution to this problem, let's do it. And you start applying your solutions, you follow your intuition, and for some reason you start winning rounds. For some reason you won a like 11-1 game. Incredible. So, guys, do you have any questions? Would you like me to show something that you were struggling with? Maybe I need to explain like another concept, maybe another map, or something like this.
Can you show something vertical B site taking utilities, execute utilities?
Oh my god. I got you. I got the best stuff in town for this. Woo, you never seen anything like this. Okay. Vertigo, B side. This is like I was raised. Those were my streets. Vertigo. Ooh. So, for B side, you can spam this every single round and the enemy team won't know what to do. You ask your teammate to drop you a smoke right here. Not under this. Just like tell them drop a smoke right here.
Hell yeah. But what the fuck is this?
Bro, I tell you, I'm cooking. But then wait, guys. This is about to get 10 times better. You're like, okay, no one is pushing middle. This denies rotation from A. And these slashes.
Bro, he's confused as fuck.
what can you do against this? There's no rotations, and I think I missed the molly. I think it's supposed to be like a lot better. Yeah, there we go. No rotation. This guy cannot play right here. There's smokes on both sides. There's 4 terrorists pushing with Mac 10s or Tech 9s. And then, if you want to be extra cool and you have a teammate, teach them this. This flash, look at this. Throw 2 of these. Okay.
Yeah.
So, it is impossible to defend this. Impossible.
Could you clip this and just put it in the lineups channel, please?
Of course, sir.
This whole section.
I record this. I record this.
Guys, I'm telling you, I got the best stuff in town.
Also,
this.
I know a lineup for both sides, like CT on B. You know, slightly behind electric from spawn. It takes just 1 smoke and it blocks both sides.
Really?
And I need to try this shit.
Yeah, but should I turn on CS:GO? I'm on my phone right now.
If you wish.
Show it. All right. No, it's not like that. Okay, give me like 1 minute. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Oh shit, I have CS:GO already open, based. Okay, 1 sec.
Oops.
This is why I don't play vertigo, man. Too many sweats.
Nah, bro. If you know how to, like, I was watching Astralis play on this map, and I was like, dude, I call exactly the same stuff on Faceit. Like, okay, let's go out late middle. Let's insta smokes B. What can they do? It's like they cannot do anything. Yeah, this is like even the pistol strat like this. It's like you throw a smoke on the left side only. Okay, this was the right side. You throw the left side smoke, and then you come here with flashes. 1, 2, and everyone is blind. This is like impossible to defend. And what do you... Okay, guys, there's one position that you must clear every single round when you're coming out B. Every single round you're supposed to be clearing this. What is it?
The headshot on boxes.
Finally.
This is basic. It's, yeah, of course.
No, not this one. The I don't know. Like I don't even know the callouts in Vertigo. That's why I don't play it. The one in the middle.
This?
Yeah.
This is like very... This position is against lurkers. So let's say you smoked off ramp or stairs.
Oh, thank God it's not broken after the last update.
And
It's like this.
Okay, 1 sec. Hopping on. Okay. 1 sec. It's loading up for me. Oh. Okay.
It's like this from spawn.
I think this is actually gonna be really good on pistol rounds. Like, this is a lot better than just 1 smoke.
Gonna clear smokes. Get in this corner. Start of round. Aim at this like fold in the metal.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly above. And then you take the tiniest step forward with shift and jump throw. I actually got it correct 2 times in a row. That's crazy. Looks CT like this. Of course you can still like jump up, but denies vision like deep CT.
Mm-hmm.
And around electric also.
I like this. I'll actually use this. Yeah, I'll try it on the pistol strat because it covers both sides and the guys cannot swing right side. Yeah, I'll try this. That's a good smoke, guys. Danny verified. Danny verified good smoke.
That's an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. That's no for pistol round. I'll use this next time. Okay.
I have a question though.
Mhm.
So when you do all this util that you just showed, Me as entry fragger, do I wait for my teammates or the smoke? Obviously, the smoke's not. But do I wait for teammates or do I just like go full W and headshot everyone? Like, what is your like?
If your teammates are behind
Right.
you, then just like WK out. You're like, okay. Okay, as an entry, you're still supposed to strafe. It's not like you're fucking like full on A and then you're just like you're supposed to still like clear stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then your teammates are flashing out, and that's when you're like, okay, swinging left, okay, nobody here. Nobody there. Okay, okay. That's it, and you take quad. This is your end destination.
Okay. So so yeah, let's say I don't do the util stuff. I have only a Kevlar helmet and AK, so I only had to do that, right?
Personally, the way that I would support you, I'll give you one flash, so that you throw one like this. It bounces up, denies anyone playing close, and then I'm coming behind you, and you're like right here. You start scaling, like you're right here. They're gonna be blind. Okay, you're safe to like engage behind white, and then you'll have to like strafe out and try to get a kill. But that's the timings how I would play it for my teammate. Okay. Any more questions about Vertigo? Any other map? Like absolutely any questions about the concepts?
I haven't watched the whole like class from Night of Suffix, but he was basically like showing a site on Vertigo, and I just want to ask you, like, is the new meta just to take Heaven when taking like from T side, just to like ignore the elevator and short pretty much and just take Heaven? Is that the new meta? Like, how do you take?
I feel
Vertigo?
I feel as if it is, because when you have Heaven, you can control both elevator and like this area. So if you take this area, you can play as much as you want with your enemies, and it's a very notorious position. I died to it many times, like when the guy is like right here holding. I like to take an off angle myself somehow, like this, like peek like this. I think I have some. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? I'll show you examples of the rounds, like the clips that I'm winning. So
Monsters.
the Vertigo clip I will not be able to show you because I might not even have it.
Fucking map.
Yeah, I don't think I have Vertigo saved, but there was one really good round. These games. Good job. Okay, no, I don't have. But yeah, definitely Heaven is a S tier position. This one sec, I want to. I recently won a clutch. Damn. Mirage, is it here? Who the Yep, this is it. I just want to watch you, like, make you watch this entirely from, like, 0 to 2 minutes. So that you can see the way that I call in my games and the way that I play myself. So that you can, like, just maybe something is gonna like make some things clear. So I'll shut up and I'll let you watch. That up mid.
They should have low money.
Okay, let's do like a complex strat. I will fake A, then only green fakes B, and then we go out A. Okay?
How committed am I doing the B fake? Just util.
Like you till show yourself.
And then where are you guys ending?
We're ending game.
I'm gonna end it.
Guys, we need your smokes. I need your smokes tonight.
Yeah, I'm going. Watch out, they might even push ramp or palace.
Okay. I'm smoking jungle. Can you smoke stairs?
Yeah.
Tell me when I should start.
Start faking right
Just
now.
start going.
Try to get a pick green.
Let me know when I should do it.
Right now. Underbug dead.
Nice. Guys, we should fight CT.
Planning triple, planning triple, planning triple.
Let's go CT.
Yeah,
I
that's
can-
it,
I
that's
can-
it. Take. I'm living.
Stairs and CT. Could be coming jungle.
You're the best player. You're the
Who
best
the
player,
fuck?
bro.
Who the
You
fuck
need
is he?
armor.
Yep, I ran out of armor. Right here I had 16. This guy hits me
Nice. Guys, we should
37 HP and
fight.
yeah, but you see, for most of the time I'm again ADing, and then I'm giving like a call, and I'm trying to make sure that it's like plus minus organized. If there's no leader, be the leader. So yeah. Fire emoji, yeah, fire emoji.
Do you guys know, by the way, speaking of the armor, how armor damage is calculated? It's like a little trivia thing.
That's
Some nerds in that, bro. I
yeah,
don't know.
Yeah, that's some nerd shit. I don't even know that
Yeah.
it's.
I think
Like,
only Monesi knows that shit.
You wanna hear?
Yeah, of course.
So basically every weapon has its base damage and its armor penetration, right? Which is like a percentile. And if you get shot in the armor, the damage of the gun is multiplied by the armor penetration, and you take the damage and the rest goes into your armor. So if a gun deals like 100 damage but only has 60% armor penetration, then if you get shot with it once, you will take 60 damage and your Kevlar will take 40.
Actually to support this, the highest two of the highest guns that have the highest like armor penetration is obviously the op, but also the SSG and UMP. UMP has it is the highest penetrating like armor SMG in the game. So these three guns have the highest armor penetration. This has 100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you get shot with this, with Kevlar, and you don't have helmet, you can still buy helmet next round. For like 350, because it doesn't damage your armor.
I didn't know that you can buy a helmet if you get damaged with SG.
I think so. Honestly, I haven't seen one in-game ever since it got nerfed, so I could be talking out of my ass.
Oh, actually, to you know, to embrace the difference, like not the difference, but like I have a clip somewhere. Oh, this is really funny. I fell off the fucking map.
I can flash front.
That happened.
That's vertigo.
Did you deserve it?
I'm not an op.
Pale.
No. Can flash rate. Yeah, smoke. No, can flash rate.
What?
Of Kobe.
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
No, it's not.
Nope. Entire game, they would not. For real. Fuck, man. Okay. Oppa. Anyway, where is it? Okay, I can't find it for some reason. Hold on. It's supposed to be dust too. Ah, no. I'm lying. It's supposed to be. This one.
Guess we're both are.
Oh, this is insane. Yep. 1v2. I'm pressing S right now. And I'm like, why the fuck can I use fucking sandwich? What?
Bro, what are you guys doing? You guys are...
This is Face It. So I really embrace the Nova. There you go. This gun is good. If you have really good crosshair positioning, it amplifies your crosshair positioning. And it's super accurate. So if you want to peek middle with this, it's a good thing. It's super good. You can tap away with it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, use the like the thing about CS. All the guns are very useful in certain situations. Max 7, Nova, MP9, UMP, PP Bison, everything is really good in like in certain scenarios. So yeah, if you wanna like do something specific, then get a gun for that. You know, and I should do this. You know, okay. I want to hear one thing that they're gonna implement into their game after the lecture. Okay, let's start off with Aridon. What will you implement into your game, into your routine, just overall in your Counter-Strike gameplay after this lesson?
A lot more micromanaging my teammates, to be honest, because there's so many times where you can do a lot of team plays. Obviously, some people are just wants to play with of themselves, but you have to like actually tell them to get into their mind, like we have to do this together. And when we wanna, like the clip you showed, fake A, fake B, end up on A, like this micro or like stress are so important. So I will definitely use like I will definitely yap more in my session. Usually I just say in the start of the round, okay, let's do this, and then I don't say anything. If I die, I'm just so quiet. I need to like see what's going on, as if I was a in-game leader, you know.
Hmm.
And obviously you have to have some sense of reading the game. And some players, they don't have this passion in this game. And since I really love this game a lot, I have a passion a lot over it. I just say to my team, okay, you have to do this now. And let's say someone is named Robin. Robin, you go to ramp together with
Batman.
Hugo. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to tell them, give them ideas, because I see so many players, they have no idea what to do, and they don't know how to read the game. Okay, we killed someone short. What can we not? What can we do and like to get advantage of the other team? Like so many times it happens. So many times I lost elo because so many people don't know what to do mid games and shit like this. So I will definitely just speak more. Usually, as I said, I'm a little bit quiet, you know.
Hmm. Yep.
Even and I'm entry frag as well. And as entry frag, you don't really like talk to other teammates. But this is something I definitely will start doing more.
Yes. Just make sure that you're not overdoing it, and that's the only
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, just like giving
Some
general
people will,
direction, and that's it.
yeah, some people will just say shut the fuck up, and it's just it is what it is, you know. But at the end, they will probably realize, okay, shit, we lost the round because I didn't want to listen.
Yep.
But yeah.
Good. That's a good outcome. Potato Head.
I'm sorry. What's the question?
Uh, what are what is one thing that you'll incorporate into your gameplay after this lesson?
Well, I'm definitely gonna go. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go watch the video to learn all the lineups that you were just showing. I definitely want to add those to my repertoire.
Okay, lineups. I'll take those. But for example, maybe adjust something in your routine, the way that you prepare yourself for the game. or you think that you're doing like plus minus everything pretty similar to what I'm saying? Okay. We'll take the lineups as a very solid response. Mad Scientist, your time to shine. What are the things that you will incorporate into your game after this lesson? I can't hear you. You unmuted. I can't hear you. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I think I will try to rewatch the video and just put everything in my mind when playing the map.
The what?
I mean the things you have taught about every map. I will try to remember them.
Uh-huh. Okay, like logic of the map, right? That you mean that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, how the map
I'm only
works.
level 4 now. So I have a long way to go.
Okay. Sure, good. Yes. Relearning certain features of the map. That's really good. Martis, your time to shine.
Well, I was asking you about the whole like click on head thing, right? So I'm gonna have to like investigate what's making me shoot so slow. Because the day for the first time in like 8 years, I got one win away from face it level 10, and I fucked it. I was against like level 4s and level 8s, and I couldn't. I just couldn't like be enough of a difference that we would like win the match.
Yep, that's I've been there before. It feels like this. And
Just find out how I can like get kills faster.
okay, yeah.
So reactions, positioning, like crosshair placement,
Yes, exactly.
focus,
We're looking
probably
to
focus.
get this.
How the hell do you get those, bro?
I think it's maybe on the webcam.
Yeah, so cool.
What?
Okay. Clicking heads, being a better like mechanical player. Mopsley.
I think same as Aridon, and I need to try the B lurk smoking ancient and the cool as fuck B vertigo lineups.
I'm telling you, I got the best stuff on the block.
You cookie master.
Cookie Master. Nedim.
I will definitely try to simplify things and practice like the mechanics that you showed at the beginning, the dead zones and stuff like that. I think I need to still like keep improving my spray and stuff like that, the basics, so I can keep advancing and like, yeah, just try to keep that on point, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Your crosshair. It's, I cannot. I understand it in my head, but I want to explain it to you. If you position your crosshair correctly at all times, there's no way that you lose a fight. You know, it's an enemy is gonna mess up their strafe key. An enemy team can, like, he can be picking boogers in his nose. He can be like looking at like, oh, there's a bird on my fucking balcony, and there's so many other things that the person could be doing, and there's a reason why they're not at the top of the game. And so, if you're fully immersed in the game, there's no way that you lose. No way. And if you're actually playing with your teammates and bouncing around ideas of, you know, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, it's gonna be a lot easier to win. So definitely good thing. Psych. Oh, you're the last man.
Damn, I don't even know where to begin. So first of all, I have to repeat like all of my movements because when like at the start I told you I was doing the jump from window to short. So I have to do that like 10 out of 10 because I don't want to miss my jump because it's really important for rotation. You can even like shoot a guy on I don't know from kitchen, then rotate and do that jump to play short. It's actually crazy. I have so many plays with that. Have to Also, I have to learn how to climb ladders. I know how to do it, but I don't know all the crazy stuff and the sneaky type shit. You get me? And also be more flexible and confident about it. So like I was thinking, I do like to play window, but I don't like. I was thinking I'm gonna play window and con because those are my position. But then I remember, bro, I don't like to do only this. I like to be flexible. I like helping people. I like doing callouts. I like throwing flashes. I like doing all the shits that just to win. Like I know I need everything. And yeah, it's confidence and flow state because when I mean like I do have confidence and like a lot of flow state, I'm doing some crazy shit. Like I can't even believe it. I'm doing it. It's just the confidence I'm doing it. Like I think I have 5 win streaks on Face It with like pretty good KD and stats, just because I did some shit for 1 or 2 days, and it's crazy actually. How much can I prove? I just it's crazy actually. Maybe it's just coming from the like way I look at this game, and because I love it. I mean, I guess that's it.
Exactly. Good. Wonderful. I'm really glad that you guys are taking like actually important things out from my lessons because I don't want to show you how to do things. I want to educate you on a concept and then I want to educate you on like an idea. And an idea, it's like a play-doh, right? You can like stretch it, you can make it a ball, you can make a horse out of it, you can make like a stick, and you can do anything with the idea. And this is why I teach like this, so that you learn an idea and you can adjust it to your liking. And so what I said, what you really took out for yourself is that you're not glued to one position. And if you're a window player, it doesn't mean that you have to go window for 15
Yeah,
rounds in a row.
yeah.
You can
I don't
go
like to do it.
you can go double cat, you can underpass boost, you can swing
Yep.
connector. Yes. So anything. You make your own reality. You can do anything. That's the most like important thing. You can do anything. You can stack B, you can stack A, you can play
Yeah.
5 people on stairs, you can play 5 people stacked on top of each other on CT. You can do anything.
The only enemy that we have to fight and we need to know utility is our mind.
Yes. And I
Remember this, boys.
Or it's donk.
oh, fuck.
Nah. Dong just has a lot of hours in the game and knew what to practice. Like, he didn't waste time on shit.
Yep. And
You seem to have a pattern, bro. What is happening?
oh, that's actually weird. But I'm consistent. Like, look, I played 2 games, I win. I lose a game. Every third game I lose. So I'm I'm winning more than I'm losing. So since I started playing like actively, let's say 24th of October, I won 3, 5, 7 wins, and I have 4 losses, and that's a really good ratio. Because if we can take a look at, for example, the guy that I played with yesterday, I don't know. Okay, I promise you, I did not look at his stats before. Before he's like my ex teammate, and I honestly don't think that he's a good player because he still messes up his rotations. He doesn't play the game as serious, and he doesn't like actually play it. But I don't think that this guy is like crazy good, and I don't feel like he's consistent in the way that he plays. And like, look at his time when he plays. One sec.
Yep.
Thank you. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And maybe he could be a talent that. Okay, 17 16, 1 KD. Bottom fragging. One because Steven wasn't his game. Okay, 20 to 13. So I'm mistaken. But I honestly don't feel as if he's like a good player just because of his like how do I call it? Like
Inconsistency.
the way that he treats the game, the way that he treats other people, the way that he plays himself. I feel as if he's like not a good player. So if you're like a level 8 and you have a good, relationship to the game, the way that you like see it, I would rather listen to you than just a guy who's just one tricking an op and he's doing every single thing like the same. I don't care about it. So yeah, stay fresh, learn new things, and develop your own play style rather than looking up. And you can get inspired, but you make your own game. So create your play style, learn, call, bounce ideas off each other, play deathmatch, do all this, become a better version of yourself, and all goals are achievable. It's just the matter of how you treat the subject and the way that you're doing it. And the third is how consistently are you putting in the work. So that's it for my session. Thank you very much. You did learn a lot today, and it will make you reconsider the thing that you've been doing previously. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Have
Thank
a
you,
good
Danny.
night. Bye bye.
Bomb has been defused.
Have a good night. See you next week.
Bye bye.